first few pages of the Bible, God talks about in Genesis. God talks about creating everything. Now, everything in the Bible, there's a reason for it. Basically, what he says, right? And he's like, first few pages talks about God creating. We're made in God's image, so we are creators. We like to create. When we're in a creating mindset, a creating field, it's like we're at our happiest. We're at our peak of joy. And that's what we need to be, striving for. Like when you're doing anything else, you have this bland and just, you do the bare minimum. When you're at your job, you're pissed off at everybody. You're mad. You're there just for a paycheck, and it just it eats away at you. And you're just like the smallest thing.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build a game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. We're back in the lab on Discord once again.
Again, for the second time this week, we trying it out.
Yeah.
And it seems like everything is going smooth right now, and it's the middle of daylight.
It's pretty bright.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I didn't even see your text this morning, man. I was ignoring my phone. I'm currently working on the cover for the book that I'm on to re-release, book 1, making it more sci-fi. And because I've been told that it's a very misleading book cover, so I kind of took the phone, I left the phone on the charger in the bedroom. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna grind it out. My man, I don't know where he at, so. Yeah.
What
happens though?
Yeah. I was downstairs. Both the little ones are sick. Let me stop calling them little ones.
Yeah, don't do that. Fuck around and get us in trouble. Y'all on the podcast talking shit. Yeah.
I just been in a servant,
servant
mode
mentality.
right now. Yeah. Making sure they're all right. Making sure where one's lacking, I can pick up the slack. So everything's going good in the household.
Just calm the cold though, right? You ain't got nothing serious going on.
Yeah, for the most part. Jace did wake up with a fever, but that broke. It only lasts about like an hour or something. It might have just been because he had long sleeve on, like long sleeve pajamas or whatever. Probably just got too hot.
Yeah.
So because it was a low fever. It wasn't like in the, I think it was like 99 point something. It was close.
Oh yeah.
So it was real small.
Was it right after he woke up?
Yeah.
He might just run hot like most people do when they sleep.
That too. I remember one time woke up in the middle of the night and he was like between us, and like I don't know what it is about babies or toddlers or whatever, but like his heart was racing. He was hot, and I was like, I had to wake up Courtney. I'm like, is this normal? Like it feels like his thing is like 5th gear, pedal to the metal. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, it happened. I was like, what do you mean?
He was asleep at the time?
Yeah.
Oh, well, his heart rate while he was asleep.
I didn't know his heart rate. I just like felt the back of him, and you could like feel it. It was like, I was like, I don't know if this is normal. Is this supposed to be happening? I mean, he woke up fine the next day. He woke up his normal self, playing, acting out. So
he a little tough though. Like she was telling me that that he had, like even when he had the little fever joint and you could tell he was sick. He was just like, I'm fine, like I'm good.
Yeah.
I was like, can I play?
still out here playing with toys like normal, jumping up and down, being defiant. I'm just like, I don't know what. I would hate to see you at your worst. You know, if something does
Know what
put
I'm
you
saying?
down, we got to take you to the hospital. I guess. I
Know what I'm
don't know.
saying? Know what I'm saying? I just pray that my kid's that tough, bro. I saw this little video, and I follow this subreddit, and the subreddit is called "Kids Are Fucking Stupid," and
Oh god.
that just goes to show you what kind of videos are shown in this subreddit. But it's just preparing me for the BS that kids bring, because I know I got experience as a father, but I only got 6 years of that experience. So I'm just like trying to reacclimate myself to the weather a little bit. And I came across this one video and was like, "Yo, my daughter is so dramatic," and I was like, "All right, where is this going?" And it was like every time something happened to her, like it won't even be nothing going on. She would just get mad at something, and then she would just act like her brother hit her. It like full out like dramatic like action scene kind of hit too, like just to like drop down on the ground crying and all that other stuff, and the little boy just right there like, all right, I'm just gonna keep playing. Like he don't think nothing of it. She just jumping to the floor. I'm like, yo, what is happening here? So I hope I don't have no kids like that, man. But God willing, God willing.
Yeah, yeah. Kids, they're a bundle of joy. Don't get me wrong, but it's like so much personality in a little body, and it's just like energy levels are high. Like they just don't know when to quit. They just
Let me
all
let me
gas
be
no
on the
brakes.
record. Let me be on the record to say that, like, yo, for real, like, if I want kids, right? Like, I think I want more the relationship with the adult kids than I do with the kid kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, I won't be on the record saying that if it was legal and ethical to have kids and sell them until they about 8, and then you get them back, like, I think that would be like the golden time for me. Like, I
So
get them back at about 8 or 9 years old, and we just go from there. Like, I could deal with the teenage years, but like that, like the toddler phase is annoying, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. And maybe it was because I was a stepfather in the last joint, but I love the little girl to death. Uh, Still wish I could talk to her now, but because she like, I think she just turned 9, bro. Like, no, she turned 9 in June, man. It's crazy how time fly. But yeah, man, like, yeah,
that's
yeah, it's
dope.
just not
So
really, it's a tragic situation, but
it's dope that you feel that way. Like other people, they would have had that situation. Even some of them, uh, we see it all the time on like Maury and like the whatever that judge show is with the black lady. Um,
People's Court or Divorce Court.
both actually, I think.
All
Uh,
right, yeah.
but it's one where they'll be sitting there and you know they'll get the news that hey result shows that you're not the father. But there's been like many cases where people would be like, I still was there when she was being raised. I'm still love them as such and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a little heartwarming. And even in like a devastating situation like that, it's still a little heartwarming that people still feel that love, that time doesn't change. Like they don't just quit their emotions towards that child or that person or stuff like that. Um so yeah. It's interesting, yeah. Interesting to see that. We need a lot more of that in the world. A lot more love instead of just hate and just
The,
oblivious.
the crazy thing is, like,
Mm-hmm.
with that situation happening to me the way it did, like, I don't know the result of it. It was like I was there from the time she was still in diapers,
Uh-huh. Yep.
like she was like 5, 6 months old when I came around for the first time, and I was there from that time all the way up until she was like 6, about to turn 7, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
and like that was the only one she knew, and then like I just disappeared. Like I can't imagine what that did to that little girl's life, bro. Like I don't even know, and it kind of bothers me a little bit that there's no way to go back into that situation and like give closure or receive closure on my end, but like it's a strange thought. Like I know for a fact, like I would never, like I can't deal with that woman again, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Like like her mom is trash. Like I'm gonna just be like, I would just put it out there like that. So I know for a fact I ain't going back in there. So, but it does make me a little uncomfortable knowing that like it could be a little girl growing up out there who look at me as the enemy, and I can't even explain why. Like I can't even tell my side of the story. Like I could blow up one day and like and she just like see me on TV like, yo, what the fuck, what? And her mom just be like, I told you he won't shit.
She show up to one of the interviews, comes up to the
Saying,
mic.
saying, be at like Q&A time. It's like, all right, so let me ask you a question and blah, blah. Like, bro, for real, like I just know off the back, like, yo, hey, ho, whoa. I know your face. I remember you. Hey, let's just go back and talk, because before you ask this question, you it's gonna be some stuff that you want to know first. Like, let's go talk first. Yeah,
That's great. That's wild. Oh man. But yeah. It's that is, and you're gonna have that through life. Not maybe because of that situation, or maybe because of other situations that kind of just like they're out of control. Like you can become the enemy for someone's story just by being you, just by living your life, trying to be the best you can be. And there's some line that you're gonna cross, good or bad. That's just like, oh, what, he ain't doing nothing for me, or he left, or he stopped doing what he was doing back then. It's so many scenarios, and it's out of your control. It makes you the bad guy. Uh it doesn't need to prevent you from moving off course, because the things need to be done. You have your life to live, just like that person has their life to live, just how that child has their life to live. It just happens. Sometimes their path doesn't line up with what you have going on. Sometimes their path doesn't line up with what their parents have going on. It just happens. Uh,
yeah,
Usually on that road to success, you're going to be that black sheep. So, accept it, keep it pushing.
yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about what you said too, like going back to the situation that I was just referring to.
Mm-hmm.
You said that some dudes would be like, I raised this kid, so I'm gonna be there for them in their lives. But like, I was made aware on multiple occasions, like, yo, this ain't your kid, so you need to chill out. I mean, on multiple occasions, I was like, yo, I don't even know how that would even work.
Yeah.
So it made me feel like like after the fact, like when I left or whatever, it made me feel like less of a man, because I didn't want to, like I didn't have a desire to keep fighting with her mom to stay in her life. Like a real man would have stayed there and continued to fight. Like that's how I felt. So
Mm.
that's how I knew for a fact, like I had some growing up to do, because I was like, yo, I don't even want that. I don't even want that fight.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, growing up is it's a constant battle. You learn, you adapt, you evolve, and you keep it pushing. There's gonna be many times where you would think one way, and then like once you get older, once you get to a certain another level, you realize that back then I was thinking a little out of pocket. I was thinking a little crazy. That wasn't the idea that I needed. That I those ideals that I needed for today, that where you are now, right? So it's a constant, you know, you got to be a constant student, learning the new tricks of the trade, learning the new levels that you have to reach to, you know, be that person that, you know, God or that person that you would want to be.
Right, right, right. But I don't know how we end up getting on that. It's crazy that word association will take a conversation in so many different directions. I don't know
Facts.
where that came from. Uh, we did not get on here to talk about I didn't think the conversation was gonna get that heavy. Like, bro, that like I ain't expect to get emotional this morning. That's not what I got on here to do. Like, it's just not. But um, when you having real conversations, it's only a matter of time before things get heavy. So glad we had this talk. It's been I don't think I really actually said that out loud before, but I'm getting older now, and according to plan, if things go according to plan, I would be on my way to being a father again at the end of this year. So fingers crossed that everything goes well on that. So yeah, man. Everybody having babies and stuff, so is I think it's that time of year. Might be because of Valentine's Day coming up, so it's like that. Everybody everybody seems to be in heat and all that other stuff. Take that. But yeah, man. Um, yeah. Sorry to the audience if you uh
You out here single, please. We're sorry.
oh yeah, you're right. And if you are single and you're listening to that, like I feel your pain. I understand exactly where you're coming from. I've been there. Like when the day I left my ex-wife was the day after Valentine's Day.
Dang.
2017. Yeah, I left the day after Valentine's Day, and I acted like everything was normal too. Like that's the worst part about it. So like she didn't see it coming.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm an asshole for that one. I know it. I'm okay
I
with it,
know it.
and I'm okay with it. Because
It's
she spent
crazy.
Valentine's Day with her boyfriend and told me that she was at work. So, uh,
Well, dang.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, what we really want y'all to understand is that, you know, life will throw you through the ringer. Life has it will challenge your mental, your physical, and your well being on all accords.
Yeah.
But don't give up. I was listening to TD Jakes and this guy that recently popped up on my YouTube. His name is Myron Golden. I don't know if y'all listen to him or I don't know if you listen to him, but
Uh-huh.
I watched two of their videos and they were kind of talking about the same thing. Uh, Crazy how it's like similar to this topic. Uh, Kind of like how basically your blessings, your goals, your dreams, it's already been decided. It's already been laid out for you by, you know, God or a higher power, whatever you believe. The blessing is already there. It's just you're not preparing your blessing. You're preparing yourself to be ready to receive your blessing, right? So it's like the being the number one author, being the greatest game designer, being the greatest whatever you want to be, being that career, all that is already set. You just have to prepare yourself to get to that point. You're not making this
That's good.
whole thing. You're making yourself into the person that you need to be to receive that thing that you're trying to get. Uh and I was just like, that made so much sense because a lot of people, even the guy we were talking about before we got on here, uh they have the mindset for it, they have the talent to do these things, but they fall short because they get right there in the middle, or they start their journey, and then somewhere along the way, they start doubting themselves. They start getting they start falling off that path, and then they get into this sunken place where they can't bring themselves out of to even think that they can accomplish, they can finish their journey. They've fallen short, and now they're just like they lost in
Yeah.
this sea of doubt that they can't get out of.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I learned about doubt, though, like, because that's all it is, bro. It's doubt. Is that the fact that, and we go back to the biblical principle, faith is the essence of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. And the fact that people, when they have these big dreams and these big goals, it's like, yo, this is your gift. This is what you were put on this earth to do. Whether you want to do it or not is up to you. So it's like, I see people doing this already. And I know that there's a market for this. But for whatever reason, I can't spin it in my own mind that I could be one of the people getting paid to do it. Because I've never gotten paid to do it. So like, and so many people have different experiences, right? Like Steve Harvey, I listened to Steve Harvey say on an old episode of his radio show. He said that when he made the decision to quit his job, he did it off of a $50 decision. He went to a comedy club the night before, made $50, and was like, all right, I'm about to go quit my job. And he had doubts while he was in there. And he was like, he told his boss, yo, I'm quitting. His boss was like, no, you're not. You're gonna stay here. And it was like a little less condescending, but his boss talked him out of doing it. And he was like, yeah, you're right. So he went and sat down, and his cubicle buddy was like, bruh, if you don't do it now, you ain't gonna never do it. So he made the jump, and he $50. $50 was all it took for him to make that decision to quit his job. Some people, they get the same experience getting paid for their gift. Like I said, he did comedy. He went to a comedy show and did comedy and got paid bottom of the barrel money to do something that somebody that he opened up for got paid like $600, $700 to do the same exact thing. And he still quit his job. He didn't care if anybody was doing it already. So he made the decision off of $50. Some people getting paid for their gifts. They getting paid for their gifts and their talent, and they don't look at it like, yo, I still can't do it because I ain't getting what that person is getting there, or I ain't getting what I want to get.
True. And we know a couple of those people. They getting the accolades. They got a following already. They got people.
Well, I might be one of them. I'm just being real with you. I'm just being real with you. I struggle with it too, dog. Like we all go through it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and it's like it creeps in because you could be right in the middle of something. You going just totally ham. You done zoned out. You in the zone. You're doing it, and then like all of a sudden it just creeps in. It's just like, why are you doing this? Like you a bunch of people are already doing this. Like what makes you think people gonna come out and see your gift, your whatever, and it's just like you can't give in. I seen something else, and it's crazy how it was on I think it was on TikTok. I don't know. It was a video on TikTok basically saying how you can ball your fist up, right? And then in your mind you can tell yourself to open your fist. You can repeat it. Open your fist, think it in your mind, open your fist. But as you notice, the fist is still closed, right?
Yeah.
That's how that voice is, that doubting voice is. That's how you have to treat it. You have to sometimes ignore it, just push it to the side and be like, I'm gonna do this. You're telling me because, your body feels tired, your mind is like, oh, we need to sleep. Push that to the side. You need to, finish this project right now. You don't need to put it off another day. You need to finish it right now. Instead of, going to sleep because you're tired. Do that extra little study session to learn whatever you're trying to, get off the ground. There's some type like willingness that you have to do to achieve success. Like there's
Right.
gonna be a negative force. Every force or every piece of matter has a opposite reaction. So you're pushing things forward, and there's gonna be some type of resistance that's gonna take place. No matter what you do, it's gonna either happen in you, around you, outside of you. There's gonna be some type of resistance when you're pushing forward to your goal.
Oh hell yeah. Cause you trying to lift off, bro. You a rocket. You a rocket trying to go off into space. And for real, like most people don't understand this, but all right. Let me ask you a question, because it blew me. It blew me when I first heard it. Do you know when a rocket uses its most fuel?
At launch.
At launch. You ain't got no momentum at all. You ain't got no forward progression, and your only forward progression, it ain't to the left or to the right, because that would be easy. But you going straight up against gravity, directly against gravity. You burn the most fuel directly on the launch pad before you even leave the ground. So like most people don't understand that, but like when you chasing after your goals, you chasing after your dreams, at the moment that you decide to do it, that's the hardest moment.
Yep.
That is the hardest moment. Everything that you do up until the point that you have or that moment that you reach the first success that you think that you're reaching for, everything else before that is the hardest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't even made it into the sky until you reach that first success. And that's the thing that people don't tell you about success when you first started going for it. You think that success is just doing the thing. It's more than just that, because now that you've done the thing, what comes after that? If you and in my case, right, like if you write the book, writing the book isn't the accomplishment. Getting people to read the book is the accomplishment. Or you might be the one that wants to make it the bestseller, but it doesn't matter if you just writing a whole bunch of books and you just write a whole bunch of books, just release them, and then you got a few people reading them here and there. None of that really matters, because the only thing that you need to be focusing on is making it the bestseller. So make those small steps, whatever you need to do in between the time that you make the decision to making it the bestseller. Though that's the launch pad. So everybody's success, the definition of success, or where that milestone of success is different for everybody. Me and Alan McDaniel might have different it's crazy how initials are the same, but me and him might have the we both authors, but we might have different ways of different definition of success. My definition of success is getting all the books written. Like, I'm just being real. Like, if I write all the books and somebody, the next generation can come and they can capitalize off of what I've already done, I'm perfectly fine with that, because I still leave my family in a position to capitalize on the things that I have done in my life. But your definition of success might be to make it the bestseller. So, everything up until that point is the launch pad. And the reason why I say that, you might disagree, somebody might be disagreeing with me, but you ain't gonna just stop at the one success. Let's be real. It's like Lay's. You start making money, you start making money, you start getting recognition, you start getting fame. You can't stop at just one. Like, I don't care who you are. I'm big on conspiracy theories, right? And no disrespect to people with this illness, but like, for real, the Frankie Muniz thing, man, I ain't really feeling that whole, my man just caught amnesia out of the blue and he just forgot the whole first part of his career, and now he a NASCAR driver. Bro, the dude just really wanted to stop and just hit the brakes and just go in a different direction. Like, that's how I feel right there. Like, I'm just being real. Like, you ain't hear about that? No. Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh wow, okay.
they came out and said my man had amnesia, no injury, just straight up just got amnesia on the spot and was just like, I forgot the whole first part of my career. Like all that stuff that I did, I don't even remember it. Like so liar, liar, I don't remember it. From Malcolm in the Middle, I don't remember it. Like all that other stuff, I don't remember it. Like I just don't even remember none of it. Like for real, like you just done like I don't know. Like maybe I'm tripping, but it just didn't sound right. Like I don't know anybody who just like up and just straight like in the middle of it, like no Alzheimer's or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just regular ass amnesia. Just I forgot about my whole life. Like it's a little strange. I could be wrong about it. Like I ain't trying to say that, but like that seems like the only way to get to hit the brake and just not do anything anymore. Like you just can't fall off the earth.
Right, right.
Like not even Marcus I. Morton is a perfect example of that. You can't just fall off the face of the earth. It doesn't work that way.
When I get up there in status, I wanna find this man. I wanna be like, hey, look, social media, do your thing. What is this man doing right now? Oh man, that is hilarious. But yes, like it's one thing to have like to try things out of your gift, but like it, it's something about your gift that it moves you. Just like with the guy we're talking about, Alan McDaniels. Like talking with him the other day, he was so excited to talk about his gift, and I was like, I don't think I've ever like we talk. He's a very close friend of mine. He's my best friend and whatnot.
Yeah,
We could talk about other things for days, but like he was excited, like
that's a
over the
difference.
top excited. You can hear a difference in the man's voice and everything. When you
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about your gift, when you're in your gift and you're just just creating, you you're on a whole nother level. You're on like a whole nother plane of existence. And it's
right.
crazy because I think TD Jake said this. You know how we're made in no. This was Myron Golden talked about this. In the first few pages of the Bible, God talks about in Genesis, God talks about creating earth. Now, everything in the Bible, there's a reason for it, basically what he says, right? And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, first few pages talks about God creating.
Mm-hmm.
We're made in God's image, so we are creators. We like to create. When we're in a creating mindset, a creating field, it's like we're at our happiest. We're at our peak of joy,
Yeah,
and that's what we need to be, striving for in life. When you're doing anything else, you have this bland and just, you do the bare minimum. When you're at your job, you're
mhm.
pissed off at everybody, you're
Yep,
mad, you're there just for a paycheck, and
yep.
it eats away at you, and you're just like the smallest thing will set you off and all this other thing. But like when you're in your creating field, when you're doing your talent, you can make a mistake, you can bomb, but because you're doing what you want, you're still happy, you're still going forward. You're not wanting to quit every day you show up to work. You're not wanting to quit, 24/7. You're in your
Yeah.
element. You're just flowing
I'm
in
a
your element.
I'm a challenge that. I'm a challenge that, Mark, because like what most people think is like the perfection is where I
Mm,
need to start at.
mm,
And perfection is not having that feeling that I want to quit. And let me hold on to that part right there because what most people think, like I gotta be 100% efficient at doing this thing if
mm.
I actually want to do this. But what they don't realize is that feeling never goes away. Like that feeling of insignificance never goes away. That feeling of wanting to quit never goes away. That feeling of doubting yourself, no matter how good you are, it never goes away. The only thing that changes is your perception of your gift around that feeling. Because it's easy to feel like, yo, I don't know why the fuck I do what the fuck I do. Like I'm just being real. Like I made a TikTok about it. Like yo, like I do all this work And for whatever reason, I'm still broke. Like I'm just being honest. Like I'm still paycheck to paycheck. I still ain't became a bestseller. I got like 5 or 6 books out. I ain't rich yet. Like whatever reason, I don't know. But I still do what I do, regardless of why. Regardless of what's going on around that. I still do what I do. But some people will let that doubt kick in, and they just like, you know what? I ain't doing it no more. I don't really believe in, like, it's almost like you believe in the doubt more than you believe in your gift. It's almost like you believe in quitting more than you believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of people, they'll start their gift, and because they have that doubt, they'll give into the doubt and complain that, yeah, I started it and I failed. But like you said, they believed more into that doubt than their actual gift. And I'm gonna revise a thing I saw, and they were like, how you can tell a amateur from a professional. An amateur does the work to the point where they don't fail. They just do it until they don't fail. A professional does they practice, so even though they fail, it still works. So
That's
what that
true.
is even though, you know, Aaron might produce a book, or I might produce a game, it's still gonna make it could be, not even our greatest whatever. It could have been just something we were just having fun with, and it still gets sale. It's still, people still come out to see you perform, even though you weren't at your best. And you don't dwell on that you're not at your best. You just keep it moving. You were doing something that you love, and it made people happy. So isn't that
Yeah.
a sign of success? You might know the ins and outs of, your field or whatever you're doing, and you might know you made a mistake on uh line 2 measure whatever, or page 250, paragraph whatever. You might notice that you made a mistake, but the book still made sales. uh People are now collecting that mistake that you did, and they done turned it into an NFT. They done turned it into a collector's item or whatever. uh you're about to do a revision on the first book. Now all those other books that you made before, they could be worth millions, because the original copy was this mistake.
Yeah.
you know
I don't know if it really worked like that with books, but we definitely about to find out. There's a lot of them jokers. I'm talking about. It's bruh. I want to say it's at least 300 or 400 copies of the Gem State Siege out right now.
There you
At
go.
least.
You got 300 and whatever limited edition.
And that's
Come
not
on.
even including the 50 that we got in our possession right now, bro. Yeah,
It's just having fun with, like just something simple as that. You never know the outcome of what can conspire, just because you're doing what you love and other people love what you do. It's The possibilities are endless. So like, why not go for it? Like, why sink yourself down into this level of, I can't never do this, or I can't. It's not gonna make me millions. It's not about making the millions. The millions will come regardless of whatever you do. You just
yeah.
have to just do the work, do what you love, and just put it out there.
I think one of the biggest things though, like people never, and it's something that I see on a consistent basis that folks
Mhm.
don't put themselves in the right environments. And I think
Mhm.
the reason why Steve Harvey decided that he was going to leave his job, because he knew that his job wasn't the right environment to grow his craft that he was in, or the thing that he wanted to do, which was comedy. Like, you, man, like, how funny can you be in a cubicle? Like, just being real, like, it don't you it's not conducive to what you're trying to do. Maybe depending on what kind of job it is, being in a cubicle could perfect my writing. but I don't know how good it can do with comedy. I'm just being real. You know, being in a cubicle at some place, depending on where it is, could help you be better at gaming. But, you know, it's all about being in the right environment. And like, I think that so many people, and it's not necessarily just talking about where you work at. I'm talking about like what you do on a regular basis, who you hang out with, who you associate yourself with. These are things that are really important to whether you quit at your goals or not. Because I'm friends with authors now. Like I'm being real. I'm friends with authors now. I only know one author who was just like, you know what, I'm done with this, and he ain't quit. My man made hundreds of thousands of dollars on his books, but just decided that he was going to open a katana shop in Richmond. But he's now doing real estate. He now has two shops, one online shop and one physical storefront, and he works full time as a RA RN at VCU. My man is doing really well for himself, but he didn't quit because he wasn't making sales. He quit because he decided to go in a different direction in his life. And I mean, when I first heard it, I was like, yo, why? What? Like, and here I am. I'm sharing a table with the dude, and I'm wondering. And this is the same dude that I was sharing the table with. Him and his friend, who both write. And remember, I was telling that story last year, back last March, I think it was, either March or April, I think it was. And I shared a table with them, and I found it out then. I was like, yo, what? No, I actually found it out after the fact when I called him up and asked him for advice. But he was like, "Yeah, I don't necessarily write anymore." That's when we had the conversation. And he was like, "Oh no, I'm actually doing really well for myself. You know, the books did well. I did what I wanted to do, and you know, I decided to go in a different direction. Made a few $100,000. I was like, wait, what?" And he was like, and then he ended the conversation with, like, he's so humble that he ended the conversation with, "I don't really know if I'm the right guy to talk to because I don't write anymore, but I made a few $100,000, but you know, I don't really do it anymore. So I don't know if I'm the right guy. Maybe you should talk to Chris." I was like, wait, 100,000, few hundred off of books, and he only got 6. I'm like, yo, what?
There you go.
But for real, I say all that to say, if you know people like that in the field that you are working in, or the gift that you're trying to work in, like, if some people had this little thing of, you know, everybody else who do the same thing that I do is competition. Nah, that ain't how that work, man. That's some old corporate America, blue collar poor man shit right there, bro. Like, it don't even work like that. Like, yo, you looking at everybody else's competition where everybody is able to get a piece of the pie. Like, I still sold books to people at conventions who had like millions of books under their arms. Like, I remember one time, like, I just got gift bags. I'm like, yo, I seen this one chick walk past the table, and and she was like, lugging books, like, she's like bigger books than mine. So I got this one little book. I got this one little book at this convention. I looked at her and was like, and Alyssa was like, "Oh, she already got plenty of books." I was like, "Oh yeah." She ain't got a bag though, so I got like gift bags under the table. I pick up the gift bag and I'm like, "You need this? You look like you need this." And she come over to the table, was like, "Ooh, maybe I need this." She picked up the book and looked at it and was like, "How much is this?" I'm like, "All right, obviously there's no competition." I mean, for real, like, there's people who got, like, yo, you ain't never looked at a video game on your shelf and be like, "Yo, I wonder if this person made the next game next to this one." Like, it doesn't even matter. There's plenty of people out there that wants more than what's offered. Like, Colgate ain't never just looked at it and be like, "Yo, Crest out here making toothpaste. I don't want to do it no more."
Facts. Yep. And with that, you got to be real careful, because there's people that'll tell you the exact opposite. Like, because I watched, you know, those videos saying that, hey, you know, Unreal, Unity, you know, these are great, you know, engines to use to make games. There's people out there that make these videos that are like, "Oh, well, you know, this isn't the engine for you. This isn't the engine for that and that." Just like totally, and I'm like, remove. We don't need that type of energy in this. Nope. Nope.
I'm gonna use whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly. And they'll try to deter you, like, "Oh, you know," and it's always the same thing. It's always, this engine or this process or whatever, it's saturated with, XYZ. And I'm like, if it's saturated and people are still doing it, people are still enjoying it. Like, what is this supposed to be a con to using what? No, get out of here. You don't know what you talk about, bro. Uh, but yeah, it's that's the mentality you have to have going through life. Like you're gonna have those people that come up and try to pull the rug from under you. Oh, you shouldn't be doing this because XYZ or this. There's this huge market of whatever. Throw your hat into the ring. It's
Yeah.
there's no way to go but up after you start it. Um, and it's interesting how you mentioned the rocket and the way that the guy was with just the books. You can use your talent to explore the world, explore the universe. Uh, the guy, he propelled himself up into space or whatever, and he didn't just continue to do books, and he didn't quit writing books. He could always come back to that. He became a professional in that field. So whatever he does outside of it, he can't fail. Like he can
That,
have some mistakes here and there, but he has the altitude now to venture out into other realms, other islands, other planets. He can do a katana shop. You know how katanas are made? That's not an easy feat right there. Like
oh,
that
it's not.
that's awesome. He doing off, like, I ain't gonna say off the wall, but it might just be something he was into, something he loves. He has a katana shop. You could do a katana shop. You could do something totally opposite or totally left field of your gift, your talent, and just still be successful in it. And your foundation was books. Your foundation was video games. Your foundation was
Oh God.
being in the music and so on and so on. What's up?
I'm just looking at his books on Amazon, and like he got this box set
Mm-hmm.
that he's selling, and it has 4 books in it, and
Uh huh.
it's a complete saga. It has all the audio books available, 1,003 ratings, 5-star ratings on this thing, man.
Jesus. Ah, stop.
That's how you know somebody getting money on Amazon, bro. Like
Facts.
you don't just have like he can do and like he can still do Amazon ad right now. Amazon just be like, all right, this joint sells, so push that. Like push that.
Facts.
Like yo, for real. Like new people are gonna see that and they're gonna be like, okay, cool. And it's at a low price too. And like you're I ain't even gonna go there. Like we can talk about sales all day, but for real, like my man he just said like we like go back to the people who already did it. Like I can give you examples on top of examples. Like Harvest Moon's been fucking up the game forever. Like they've been
Facts.
the only one fucking up forever, and people just been buying their stuff just because it was the only thing out there. And now you got all these other farm simulators coming out there, bro.
Facts.
Stardew Valley.
Made by one
I don't
person
know
also.
I don't know what engine Stardew Valley was made on. I just know it did that one game did a lot better at his the low price point that you can buy Stardew Valley, and now you can get that joint on the cell phone. I just know that the low price point that Stardew Valley did, like the man did the like whoever did Natsumi, whatever the company that make Harvest Moon, like it didn't stop the dude who made Stardew Valley.
Facts. Big facts.
So so many people out here doubting themselves because there's other people doing it, man. Like, yo, for real, like whatever your definition of success is, just go for it. Just all you got to do is just do the things that you do. That's it. You ain't got to do nothing else for real. Like all the other stuff is just additional details. Like the marketing thing when it comes to my author career is the only thing that I doubt. I've never not once doubted my books. I know for a fact that I can do better than most people out here, but just a matter of getting people to see it.
Right.
But I've never not once doubted the reason why I write.
So that's what's up. Uh, Doubt is a dream killer. Uh, but it's needed to make accomplishing. It's there to make achieving those dreams, those goals, a lot more sweeter. Uh, because without it, it wouldn't give us that push we needed to seek it out. Uh, because once we get there, once we achieve that goal, that dreams, it's a feeling of fulfillment that we get from getting those accomplishments, because we done went through the doubt, we done went through the criticism, the naysayers, the people that push against us. You've gone through so much resistance, you done gone through gravity, and now you're up there in space, just basking it all in. Like, you can continue to go forward, you can go over here, left, right, north, south, east, west. You just floating, you just riding it out. And what we're trying to say is just don't quit. you know uh
That's it.
it's gonna come. The adversity is gonna come, that resistance is gonna come. You have to push through it. You have to anchor down and hammer those things out. Like, it's life. Like, it's gonna happen regardless. uh like I said at the beginning, your goal, your dreams, it's already there for you. All you have to do is get yourself in that mindset, get yourself in that position yourself just right, so where when you do take off, you ain't got nowhere to go but up.
I feel like that was a good ending.
Yeah, we've
Uh,
been on here for.
yeah,
Hey, we can end it off.
you just mic mic drop that one. Uh, um, it's a whole new tide in the Dirty Trump podcast. And, yeah, proud, proud.
Man, we done came a long way, people. Mac, what we got coming up, man?
I just released the the free book for the Arcane and Calamity series, the
Okay.
preview into the Aether universe that came out on Tuesday. So if you want to get involved into that, I will have that book forever free, like perma free, with the subscription of joining my mailing list. I don't think it'll be. I'm pretty sure it won't be the only book on there. Like, I think at some point I might end up adding another permanent free book on there at some point. Like, I just can't imagine like everything. Like, I ain't about to charge for every goddamn thing. Like, that ain't my swag. So, you know my philosophy, man. Like, I'll 99 cent my way up to millionaire if I need to. But 'cause, just if 10 people pay you 99 cent, that's like that's still $10. Like,
Mhm.
no matter which way you look at it. Like, but yeah, that's all you got to do is go to my website, ajmcmullen.com, click on the subscribe tab at the top, or click on the read for free button on my links page, and you're there, and you'll get an email right on the spot, giving you the free book. And at some point, I'll do an audio book to it. I don't know, maybe. I don't know, maybe. It might be in the works, it might not. You might get it. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got right now. That's that I just released. And I'm still working on the cover for book one, so I can re-release that at some point.
Word. So, if you're listening to this, or if you're watching this on YouTube, like, share, leave us a comment, leave us a review. Share this with your friends, your family. If you're in that headspace of, I want to do better, I want to be better, this is the place to be. We like to address the elephant in the room.
Right here.
So be here, be squared. I think that's how that saying goes. I don't know. But this has been a Dirty Trunk podcast where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. And always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.